Mist clung to the marshlands like a stubborn spirit, coiling through the reeds and blurring the line between earth and water. Few dared to tread here, for the swamp was said to belong to her, the Hag of the Mire, the crook-toothed witch who lingered between shadow and silence. Children in nearby villages whispered her name in fear, though none could agree on what it was. Some called her Merelda, others the crone of the marsh, but all the tailies agreed on one thing. If you met her gaze, you would never leave unchanged. On this morning, beneath a pewter-gray sky, she rose from the murky waters with her staff of driftwood in one hand and something far stranger in the other, a fat, mottled frog, its golden eyes gleaming with more intelligence than any beast should hold. She smiled, her lips stretching into a grin too wide, too eager, as if she had been waiting for someone all along. I, the bargain of the frog, the swamp witch, was ancient, older than the birches that groaned on the edge of her waters, older perhaps than the villages themselves. She was not wicked by nature, though her ways twisted into things others would call cruel. To her, cruelty was just another form of honesty. That day she whispered to the frog, crooning in a tongue no man remembered but every beast obeyed. "Ah, prince of flesh trapped in slime, your eyes tell the truth your lips cannot. You remember still, don't you? The throne, the golden halls, the kiss of betrayal that brought you here." The frog only blinked, throat pulsing as it released a croak that echoed across the marsh. She chuckled. "Patience, my little kingling. All curses may yet be undone, but at a price. And you know mine, too, the stranger in the mist." That same dawn, a traveler entered the swamp. His name was Corin, a wandering scribe whose ink-stained fingers had written down more legends than he believed. He was young, but already burdened by skepticism. Where others clung to tales of witches and curses, he sought only truth. The villagers had begged him not to go. They spoke of children vanishing into reeds, of hunters never returning, of strange lights hovering at night. But Corin, curious and foolish, stepped into the mire with only a lantern and his satchel of parchments. He had come to collect stories, yet found himself writing his own. When the mist parted, he saw her, a bent, ragged figure half submerged in the black water, her tangled hair dripping, her grin sharp as the reeds. In her gnarled hands, she held the frog like a jewel. Corin's lantern flickered. He froze. "You," she rasped, voice like roots tearing through earth. "I have been waiting. 3." The witch's smile Corin nearly turned and fled. But the witch's eyes locked on him, ancient and unblinking. She did not advance. She simply waited, and that stillness was more terrifying than movement. Why would you wait for me?" he managed. The witch cackled softly. "Because words cling to you, boy. You breathe them, hoard them, twist them. You are a vessel of stories, and stories have power." She lifted the frog higher, as though presenting it to him. "Do you know what sits in my hand?" Corin shook his head. "This is no beast of mud and flies. This is a prince, cursed by treachery and greed. Once he ruled lands beyond your maps, but his heart was blind. Now he waits for a voice yours, perhaps to shape his fate anew." Corin frowned. His rational mind screamed against belief, yet the frog's gaze unnerved him. Its eyes seemed to plead. "Why me?" he asked. "Because only a teller of tales may rewrite one already spoken," she whispered. "Do you not hunger to prove your ink can bend more than paper?" 4. The temptation, the witch's words, sank deep into Corin's chest. For years he had chronicled myths, dismissing them as fancies, yet secretly yearning for them to be true. What if his pen could truly alter destiny? What if his voice could free a prince? "What must I do?" he asked. Her grin widened. "A simple bargain. You write his tale as you see fit, and in doing so, you shape his release. But know this, every word carries weight. Choose wrongly, and the curse deepens. Choose wisely, and the prince walks free. And the price? Nothing given is ever free, she crooned. The story will demand something of you. Perhaps your voice, perhaps your heart, perhaps more. V. The tale unwritten that night. In the dripping hollow of a willow tree, Corin set parchment to his knees and began to write. The witch sat nearby, humming, the frog staring with unblinking patience. He wrote of the prince's youth, proud, reckless, adored by courtiers, but despised by peasants. He wrote of the treachery, a jealous sorcerer's curse woven into a cup of wine. And he wrote of the prince's transformation, cast into the swamp to croak away eternity. Yet when his quill reached the question of release, Corin hesitated. Should he pen a redemption, where the prince learned humility and earned his throne back? Or should he write of justice, where the prince remained a frog, punished forever for arrogance? The frog croaked, as though begging for mercy. The witch only watched, her grin unchanging. The choice Corin's hand trembled. He thought of the villagers who suffered under rulers greedy and blind. He thought of his own hunger to see magic proven real. And he thought of the witch, who had trapped him in a bargain with no clear escape. Finally, he dipped his quill and wrote, The prince was freed not by kiss nor by crown, but by the knowledge that he must walk the world as neither ruler nor beast. He would be man again, but stripped of throne and wealth, to wander until he earned kindness from those he once scorned. The ink glowed faintly on the page. The frog shuddered. Its body stretched, twisted, split the sound wet and terrible. Before Corin's eyes, the creature became a man, naked and trembling. His golden eyes the same as the frog's. The witch clapped her crooked hands. Ah, a tale of exile, of burden. How sweetly cruel. The prince staggered to his feet, glaring at Corin. You had no right. Corin cut him off. I had every right. You are free. Live wisely. 7. The price paid, the witch melted back into the mist, staff tapping against the water, her laughter trailing like smoke. The prince stumbled away into the reeds, muttering curses, vanishing into the world he had lost. And Corin, voiceless, dropped his quill into the mud. His throat burned, his voice strangled. He gasped, but no sound came. His words, his very gift, had been stolen. The witch, perched on a gnarled root, watched him. Her smile was sad. You gave him life, she murmured, and in return, the swamp takes your tongue. A fair trade? Corin clutched at his neck, horror dawning. A scribe without words was no scribe at all. The witch vanished then, leaving Corin alone with his silence and the echo of the frog's final croak. And so the legend grew, carried on the wind and whispered around hearths, of the swamp witch and the cursed frog, and of the scribe who traded his voice for a tale and won.